All right, now I wish I could rabble to you real quickly about how the Dark Elves even became a thing. And from what I remember, I'm sure someone can correct me in chat about this, but the Dark Elves was created by Azora for treason, essentially. Well, not treason, but blasphemy, essentially. I believe it was something to do with the tribunal, creating themselves as gods. They basically said, well, if you don't know, Azora is one of the Daedric gods, and she got pissed off that they became gods. So, you know, Dark Elves, I believe they were called the Chimmers. I know, Chim. But, yeah, that was a curse to them that they turned blue. Ironically enough, Azora takes the appearance of a Dunmer. Yeah, she just basically came down and once said, you want to fuck with the console and turn yourself to gods? Well, guess what? Smurfs. You might be noticing that when I meet Azora looks kind of particular. You'll see why. But anyway, that's one thing. But I wanted to say too, because if you go back to Vivec, Bardu, the giant meteorite that was hurled from space, some people say it was Azora who did it, but some people say it was Sheogorath who basically said, giant cheese for everybody! Because he's fucking nuts. Does the Oblivion Realm even exist in that timeline? Oh, every Daedric god has their own realm. All the Daedric gods has quests in this game too. In fact, I can probably do some Sheogorath's quests, you know. It's pronounced Chimer. Oh, I see, it's like Tolkien spellings. There's a theory that Sheo is the most powerful being because he doesn't follow the rules of reality. And there's a lot of like debated most powerful entities in this universe. But anyway, now that we're done with this, I think my current quest that I'm on, that I need to do, well, I've got a lot of stuff to do here, in fact. Fargoth's hiding place. I still haven't done this, like, okay. Let's see here. Let's just make sure that I did everything at the Dissident Priest. Onto the Fargoth's hiding place. Favor for Orcs, Fighters Guild, the Necromancer of Voss, mysterious killing of Vivec. Here we go. 2 Odinists and 5 Outlanders have been killed in the Vivec, their throats slit. There are rumors that the Office of the Watch of the Halls of Justice is very concerned, and is looking for special help. See what else I gotta do. Sleepers awake. I spoke with one called himself a sleeper. He called me by name and said, you cannot deny your Lord Dagoth-Ur. The 6th house is risen and Dagoth-Ur is the glory. He made no sense at all. I think he must have been mad. I'm not particularly sure what to do now because Caius has left Morrowind. So my current quest is... who's my favorite Daedra? Well, it's gotta be Sheogorath. Is it the... I think I gotta go back to the Ashlander woman, right? The wise woman. Oh, Jesus. Unfortunately, I'm a really bad... I have bad discipline and temper. I always say I don't fast travel in the other games, so I try not to do it. But I gotta be honest. There's been times when I played Skyrim and Oblivion, and it's like, fuck it, I'm not walking. But in this game, you're really forcing yourself unless you're actually taking a boat or using a scroll or whatever. So, you know... it's a Narmuk. No, I think it's Molag Mar that is the furthest I can view. Oh yeah, this is a place I never visit in the game. I never visit this place, ever. Talbernor is this. I mean, I'm just double checking here. This goes here. I guess the closest thing would be to go to Tel Mora here and just kind of. Sadler's Mora. Let's look. I'm having big brain here. Big brain. Yeah, let's go to Sadler's Mora. The temple quests in Molag Mar are the shit. Well, okay, so now the game is gonna turn into this, like, really... I said this at the before I did the split in the recording here. There's one of these quests that are actually really fun to do, and it involves one of the Ashlander tribes. To convince him you're the Neverine, he demands a wife. Like, she's gotta be royalty, right? So what you end up doing is you buy him a slave and give her perfume and a dress and be like, yo, listen, I got a queen for you. And it's like, oh, really? Okay, I guess you're Neverine. You're basically bribing him. That is probably one of the best quests of those quests that are coming up here. But a lot of them are just fucking boring. And unfortunately, they are all part of the main quest. You have to do them. So, as you'll see, the houses called the Neverine and their beliefs, the Hortator, the Ashlander tribes just call them, you know, Nerevar. But you have to convince all these houses and all these Ashlander tribes to basically admit that I'm the guy. I'm Nerevar. I'm Dark Elf Jesus here. And I swear to God, these quests are bleh. Like, they could have done so much more with this, but it just turns into, go here, tell this person you're in Erevar, okay, done. Sometimes there's gonna involve killing, but sometimes it turns into fun stuff, like, you know, you'll be buying, like, a wife for a guy, but most of them are kind of boring, so, you know. But am I using this is Daedric Crescent. It's one of those really kind of overpowered weapons in this game. But my character is kind of overpowered already, because I got the Boots of Blinding Speed, I got this, you know, and I got my anti-gravity belt. But I've always said this, I really enjoy Morrowind's kind of like, it gives you the option to really be an overpowered motherfucker if you want. The game doesn't really scold you for that. If you put in the work to become that crazy super wizard, so be it. So be it. Oh, hello. What's poppin'? Oh, you motherfucker. Dead as fuck. The Daedric Crescent is from Battlespy, however, it only appears on the box art, title screen, and intro. It never appears in-game as a weapon for either the player or any enemy. Yeah, I knew about that, but I don't remember the significance of this blade, but it's one of those, like, you know, it's kind of like Umbra, you know? Or, what is the other sword that's really, like, ooh, in this game? It's, is it Elton Brand, I believe? I highly recommend, if you're intending on playing Morrowind yourself, get the graphics extender. This is not like a graphics extender, but it gets the fog, the view distance, a little further away. Anyway, it was forged by Daedric worshippers. I believe the Empire hunted them down and destroyed them. The one you have is one of the last few remaining. Oh, okay. Sorry, rat. I'm just slaughtering local fauna here across the across the street. So I can gravity belt myself up here. If there's one complaint I can have about this game, and this is never brought up as like a critique of this game by people, but I feel it's kind of important. I feel there's a lack of enemy variation in Morrowind. Like, there's just a lot of stealth striders. There's a lot of rats, Nyx hounds, Gwars, but, you know, you can give Oblivion shit for the level scaling and the constant same enemies as too, but they had a bigger roster of enemies you can cut down, you know? You have, of course, the Daedra, rather, enemies, but, yeah, I felt it was never, like, too much. I mean, the Blood Moon expansion expands a little bit on that, but, yeah, I don't know, man. It's funny, I kind of remember, like, 3 enemies from Skyrim. It was those fucking spiders that had a crab face. I remember the, what are they called? The dudes in the tombs? The drummer? Whatever. And then, like, that one Yeti on top of the mountain. Yeah. That's all, it's like all I remember. Frost Troll. There we go. Dude, when Blood Moon came out, me and my friend, we were fucking trying to become a werewolf for, like, ages, and we could not figure how to do it. We were, like, looking everywhere for a werewolf, you know, like, and we didn't know that you had to do an actual quest to start that, so we were just, like, looking everywhere on Solstheim for a werewolf. Like, we spent hours. When I was a kid and I played Elder Scrolls, like, the most cool things were becoming a vampire and a werewolf. Like, oh my god, that was cool. And then you actually did it and you're like, this is kind of annoying. Like, it sounded so cool on paper, like, oh, vampire? And then it's just like, oh, I'm burning in the sun. Ow. Let's see here. It's actually good that I'm just kind of half running across the world here to get all to these places, because, yeah, you definitely want to get acquainted with various places on the map here. Let's see here. You know, with being a vampire in this game, it gives you a huge boost in strength and stuff like that, but I never felt it was, like, really justified, because a lot of times you just need to go to places in the game, and there's, like, some... I can't really name it on top of my head, but there's several... Well, not too many times I think about this, but there's been cases where I was like, I need to do a random quest here, and being a vampire for this quest is fucking it up, because I need to be out in the sun and do shit, and I just can't finish this quest. Alright, anyway, now we need to go back into the Wise Woman's Yurt. Whenever I think of the word yurt, I think of that, that one, that copy-paste shit about, you live in a yurt, you live in a hovel. Tupac alive. Fast rap magic. Give back the gold. Anyway, go ahead. Do you have the question about the Neverwin prophecies or other questions to ask me? Or did you bring me news about the lost prophecies? I sure did. You have these lost prophecies? You will tell me these things over and over until I have them by heart. And then you will tell me what these priests say, what they see in these words, and then you must leave me. Hunt, sleep, train, feed, learn the land. I must bring these things into me and place them before my ancestors and listen to them, and to the skies and stars of my dreams. And then, when the moons have come and gone, return, and I will give you my judgment. I'm gonna sleep for 1 hour. Hey, I am ready to give you my judgment. She made it sound like you need to take a month off. I need to meditate in close solitude. And it's just like, oh yeah. The answers to the stars have given me clear signs. The lost prophecies have no doubt. The incarnate shall be an outlander. You, blessed by Azura, must lift the 7 curse of Dagothur. Prophecy have shown the 7 steps of the Neverwin's path, and I have chosen as your guide for each step on that path. I will read the signs and show you the way. It is time for you to walk the path of the 7 visions and pass the 7 trials and the 7 visions. You are born on a certain day to an uncertain parent. Remember that when the guy at the start was the census office? What's his name? Callius Casadia, whatever. So I passed the first trial. My dreams show me that you are also fulfilled the second trial, that neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies. I've read the signs, but I cannot understand. Can you explain this to me? So, yeah. You know that crusty wizard who helped us get rid of our necrosis? That was in the prophecy. But they kind of left it vague. He wasn't, and then he will meet a scummy weird wizard who cloned himself and fucks himself every day. He will cure the Neverwin of his poison and become deceaseless. That you may overcome by the curse of flesh is strange enough, but it should be protected from blight and ages past belief. Yet, the signs of my dreams are clear. You have passed the second trial, but the third trial is unfulfilled. The mystery of the third trial is not my secret to share. Go to Sul Matul, the guardian of our cult, and he shall tell you of the third trial. When you have fulfilled the third trial, return to me in guidance on your next step from the path of the Neverwin. I think one of these guys who actually have to fight. Like, he will never ever say that, wait, you're in the Neverwin? No, fuck you. So you have to kind of like strike him down. You wish to know about the third trial, and I shall tell you. I'm not going to do the dark elf voice. It's going to destroy my throat. Anyway, you have entered the path of Neverwin. This is a hard thing to believe, but Nibani Mesa has spoken to me at the length of this, and I have had times to consider. Therefore, I should keep my own counsel and set before you my own trust. I do not dispute with the wise woman, but their ways are not the ways of the warrior. Many before have tried the path of Neverwin, but all have failed the warrior's test. You must have strength, courage, and cunning. These things I would test. Nearby lies Kulbugrun, the ancient halls of the Forgotten House, House Dagoth. In recent time, creatures of that blight have come to dwell there. I myself went there with some brave hunters and came back again. But it was a bad place, and I am not ashamed to say that I was afraid. For myself and my men, if you would have me from the secret of the third trial, the caverns dark where Azura and Ice meet, you will first bring me 3 tokens from Dark Kogurun. The first token is a corpus weapon from a corpus beast, to show that you are proof against the disease's corruption. The second token is a cup with the mark of House Dagoth. For I have myself seen such cups there, and will know that we blah 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 blah. See mine. The third token is a shadow shield, blah blah blah, and it's brings things to me. All right. Oh, by the way, I think there's Daedric armor in this place. So, yeah.